There is a quiet danger that destroys more dreams than failure ever will. It is not always poverty. It is not always lack of talent. It is not even lack of opportunity. Very often, it is the influence of the people around you. It is the slow pressure of negative social circles. It is the casual joke about your ambition. It is the repeated invitation to waste your time. It is the guilt you feel when you start changing. It is the subtle message that says, do not grow too much, or you will make others uncomfortable. That is why vision is not enough. Motivation is not enough. Discipline is not enough. If you want to build something meaningful, you must also learn how to protect your mind. You must learn how to defend your focus, your peace, and your standards. This is not about hating people. It is about refusing to let confusion, noise, insecurity, and emotional pressure take control of your future. Here are 11 psychological warfare strategies to protect your vision from negative social circles. The first strategy is strategic silence. Stop announcing every plan to everybody. Not every dream needs public exposure. Many people ask questions not because they want to help, but because they want access. They want to judge, compare, doubt, or discourage. When your vision is still growing, silence protects it. Speak less. Build more. Let your energy go into execution, not explanation. Silence is not weakness. Silence is protection. The second strategy is limit emotional access. Some people may not have access to your physical work, but they still gain access to your emotions. They know how to make you feel guilty, unstable, angry, or unsure. That is dangerous. A person does not need to control your schedule to control your direction. They only need to disturb your inner state. Learn to notice who drains your clarity. Learn to reduce emotional exposure. Not everybody deserves full access to your inner world. The third strategy is stop debating your mission with people who do not carry your mindset. Many people do not reject your vision because it is wrong. They reject it because it exposes their own fear. When you explain your dream to people who are committed to comfort, they will naturally measure your future with their limits. That is a trap. Stop looking for deep understanding from people who have already chosen a smaller life. You do not need to argue your purpose into existence. You need to protect it long enough to build it. The fourth strategy is recognize disguised negativity. Not all negativity sounds negative. Sometimes it comes dressed as concern. Sometimes it sounds like practical advice. Sometimes it appears in the form of humor. Someone may say, I am just being realistic. But if their words repeatedly weaken your courage, reduce your focus, or normalize mediocrity, you must take that seriously. Negative influence is often soft, familiar, and socially acceptable. That is why it is dangerous. Learn to judge influence by effect, not by tone. The fifth strategy is practice selective distance without drama. You do not need to fight everybody. You do not need long speeches. You do not need public separation. In many cases, the strongest move is quiet distance. Fewer calls. Fewer explanations. Less availability. Less emotional reaction. Some relationships become weak when you stop feeding them with constant access. That is not cruelty. That is clarity. Mature people understand seasons. If someone becomes offended because you are focusing on growth, that reaction already tells you something important. The sixth strategy is treat your time like strategic capital. Negative circles do not only affect your emotions. They consume your hours. They pull you into gossip, unnecessary outings, repetitive drama, and conversations that produce nothing. Your vision cannot grow if your schedule belongs to distraction. Protect your mornings. Protect your work blocks. Protect your mental freshness. Do not act as if time is renewable. It is not. Every hour you give to nonsense is an hour taken away from your future. The seventh strategy is build a private standard of self-validation. A weak environment trains people to seek approval before action. They wait for applause before commitment. They wait for social support before discipline. That is why many people never begin. If your confidence depends on how your circle responds, your vision will always remain fragile. You must build an inner source of validation. Learn to say, "I know why I am doing this. I know what matters. I do not need a committee to approve my path." This is where real leadership begins. The eighth strategy is use observation before trust. Many people enter your life quickly, but their real character appears slowly. Watch how they respond to your progress. Watch how they handle your boundaries. Watch what happens when you say no. Watch whether they respect your focus or compete with it. Watch whether they celebrate your discipline or mock it. Trust should not be given because of proximity, history, or emotional intensity. Trust should be earned through patterns. A strong mind studies patterns. The ninth strategy is train yourself to be comfortable with solitude. This is one of the hardest strategies, but it is one of the most powerful. Negative social circles become dangerous when you are afraid to stand alone. If you fear solitude, you will tolerate misalignment just to avoid silence. You will keep unhelpful people around because emptiness feels uncomfortable. But solitude is not always a loss. Sometimes it is a reset. Sometimes it is recovery. Sometimes it is the training ground where your real identity becomes stronger. If you can be alone without feeling empty, you become much harder to manipulate. The 10th strategy is separate support from proximity. Not everyone who supports you must be close to you every day. And not everyone who is close to you is truly supportive. This is a major lesson in leadership. Some people love you, but they cannot walk at your level. Some people care about you, but they are too undisciplined to help your growth. That does not always make them evil. It simply means you must organize your relationships wisely. Respect people, but classify influence correctly. Keep the right people emotionally honored, but do not give everyone operational access to your life. The 11th strategy is let results speak later. One of the biggest mistakes ambitious people make is trying to win every argument too early. They want others to understand immediately. They want recognition before the work is finished. But in most cases, your strongest answer is not explanation. It is evidence. Build quietly. Improve quietly. Strengthen your body, your thinking, your discipline, your finances, your skill, and your peace. Then let the result change the conversation. Your progress will say what your words never could. Now, here is the deeper truth behind all 11 strategies. Negative social circles do not always destroy vision in one violent moment. They destroy it gradually. They make you explain too much. They make you doubt too often. They make you feel guilty for changing. They make you spend your strongest energy managing reactions instead of building outcomes. Little by little, your focus becomes weak. Your standards become negotiable. Your dream becomes something you think about instead of something you are building. That is why protecting your vision is not selfish. It is responsible. If you are serious about growth, you must accept that access is a privilege. Your mind is not public property. Your time is not public property. Your future is not a group project. You can love people and still limit them. You can respect people and still outgrow their influence. You can remain kind without remaining available to every distraction. The strongest people are not always the loudest. Very often, they are the ones who know how to guard their energy. They know when to speak and when to remain silent. They know when to stay connected and when to step back. They know when a relationship is support and when it is sabotage in a friendly voice. They know that vision requires defense. So if you feel your circle pulling you away from your purpose, do not ignore it. If you feel yourself becoming smaller just to stay acceptable, do not ignore it. If you keep leaving conversations with less courage, less clarity, and less peace, do not ignore it. Protect your vision now. Protect it before it becomes tired. Protect it before it becomes diluted. Protect it before you wake up one day and realize you traded your future for social comfort. Your life will not be built by everybody's opinion. It will be built by your discipline, your standards, your decisions, and your ability to stay aligned when other people are not. So protect your mind. Protect your time. Protect your direction. And remember this, not everyone around you is meant to walk with you. But the right vision, protected with courage and discipline, is enough to lead you where you are meant to go. Before you can lead others, you must first learn how to protect your mind, your time, and your direction. This message is not about pride or isolation. It is about discipline, clarity, and choosing the kind of life that can truly grow. Lesson 1. Protect your vision. A strong leader does not give every voice equal power. If you listen to everyone, you will slowly lose focus, confidence, and direction. Real growth begins when you decide which opinions deserve access to your mind and which ones must remain outside your inner world. Lesson 2. Accept solitude as training. There are seasons when progress feels lonely, quiet, and misunderstood. Do not fear them. Solitude is often where discipline becomes stronger, thoughts become clearer, and character becomes deeper. If you can stand firm without constant applause, you are already becoming stronger than most people. Lesson 3. Choose quality over quantity. Not everyone deserves a place in your inner circle. One sincere, loyal, and growth-minded person is worth more than many distracting relationships. The right people challenge you, correct you, respect your mission, and strengthen your discipline. The wrong people drain your energy and slow your future. Guard your focus, respect your path, and keep building in silence. The world may not understand you now, but one day your discipline will speak louder than your explanations.